Being such a multiple type athlete with size, you look on a football field and there's a number of positions that he could play. If we need a corner with a bigger corner to cover people, who could do it? Well, Dean can. Or who's a running back? We need the type of guy that, yeah, a slashing runner, but a guy who's physically can break the tackles. Well, Dean could do that, right? And onward to basketball and track and so on. One of the beautiful things that Dean would always do is, hey, if you need me there, coach, fine, let's do it. And he came up with some very, very big plays.
Understanding that really the team needed him, acting like a captain, becoming a cornerback, and also playing on offense as well. You know, that really showed, I think, not only our class being a year younger, but particularly the underclassmen. Hey, this is what you have to do to make sure you win a championship, and you know, Dean was a leader in that light.
I would describe Dean as the ultimate team player. He was a leader not in the sense of a rah-rah, come and punch you in the arm leader. He was a leader in the sense of watch me and follow me. Every big game that we had at Ignatius, Dean's fingerprints were all over it.
When you get to the state championship game, the interesting thing about it is in 1991, we were down at halftime 21-9. Well, we needed that score in the third quarter. Dean came out of the backfield, caught the ball, almost fell because it was a little slippery that day. And he, one hand down, was able to keep himself up, gets up and runs for a touchdown, and there was that third quarter touchdown that we need. Now the following year, we're playing Xavier and they're in the lead, under a minute to go, and Dean makes an extremely important interception in the end zone. If the other guy catches it, we got a problem, and he makes a huge interception right there that keeps the game in control. How often can you say, one year the guy made a huge offensive play and pivotal in the state game, and then the following year he did it on defense in a pivotal game.
His dad passed away the summer between his sophomore and junior year. You know, Dean's dad was his first football coach. His family was very involved in his athletic career, and his career here at Ignatius. It was more than just athletic. He lost his dad in the middle of all of that, and he really needed and leaned on his teammates and his coaches during that time period. But man, he used that to drive him, and he always knew what that meant to his family, and that it was something that absolutely united them.
Dean made the best of the situation that was obviously very difficult, and you know, I think it's probably shaped him and some of his friends and how they, you know, value how important, you know, live every day is, and you know, keep a positive outlook on life.
Dean has always been someone who is willing and able and ready, you know, to put others before himself. And you know, there's lots of examples of that, you know, throughout his life, and throughout the years that I've known him, I've always known Dean to really, you know, reach out to other people to see how he can help, and then put forth the effort to actually kind of follow through on that offer.
Dean is a pretty quiet, unassuming guy who I think allows his achievements to speak for himself. I think his success individually is not as important to him as I think the success he sees organizations and people around him achieving.
You don't always have to be in the limelight to be a leader or make a difference in the world. You know, you can serve yourself and serve others with your works. You know, giving up yourself and helping others is really key to what I learned here.
I hope students and athletes who come here realize that God gave them some talent to be here. But what this school does probably better than anything is teach young men a work ethic. And I would just point to Dean Lamirand and say, that's the guy. Just model what that young man did and what he's doing in his life now.